Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I take it that you're all alright. Now welcome to another episode of Weka Shillings with the Money Team. Now these are episodes that are put into place in dedication towards empowering each other in regards to saving, and obviously the end goal is to improve our financial life ahead of us. Now before I get to talk about the saving part, I want to introduce the topic of discussion today, and it is something very interesting. It is something called fire. Now, when you hear about fire, what comes into your mind? Well, I will give you a very clear definition of what fire is. Now, fire stands for Financial Independence Retirement Early. Now, that sounds like a very interesting topic, right? Now, before we get into the discussion, please grab a pen and notebook because it's going to be a lovely class ahead of us. I'll be your host, Miss Rombo. Welcome back. Now, earlier I had given you a brief definition of what the initials FIRE stands for. Na tulikuwa tumesema it's an AKA fire. Now, well, I'm just here to clearly define what that means. Now, when I talk about fire, what I basically means is extreme saving and investment plans that are put into place to help you retire earlier than normal, earlier than most retirement plans allow. Now, it has always been the norm that you finish school by, let's say, 23, 24, 25, start working. By the time you retire, you should be 55 to 60 in regards to your employment area, right? Now, that may seem like a really hard thing to do, an impossible thing to do, but I kid you not, people are out here doing it, and it takes commitment. Now, with all that said, and I want to believe that each and every one of us did understand what I was talking about. Well, if you feel like you are being left behind, you can always reach me and I can do a one-on-one session with you so that I can take much more time in explaining to you what I actually mean. Other than that, let us continue, and I want to introduce something really beautiful. I came across it in a class I attended at Skillshare and I was amazed. It's something called the fire number. Now, because numbers are involved, a calculation is definitely involved, and it's a very simple calculation. Don't swear it. I will explain and you will understand. Now, for me to calculate the fire number, you already know what fire means, right? So for you to calculate your fire number, and I'll explain further why you need to calculate your fire number, is you need to multiply your total yearly expenses by 25. I will repeat. Fire number is equals to total yearly expenses times 25. And this is where budgeting again comes in. Yani, I've talked so much about budgeting, Adi, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. If you do want to find or learn more about budgeting, well, you can find some of my videos right here. I will just click here, the whole playlist, and you can get to learn about it, and then you can sit down and come up with your budget and know how much you always spend monthly. From there, you can just sum all of it, like have your monthly expenses right from January to December, and then add all of that, and that would be your total yearly expenses. So once you've gotten that number, that total yearly expense, then multiply that by 25. Are we there? I know it's such a big number, right? Depending on how you spend your money. Now, hold it right there. Let's explain the importance of having this fire number. As I earlier told you that fire basically just means financial independence, retire early, and that basically just means that you can retire early and still manage to sustain the lifestyle you're living right now without having to work or without having to worry about money. And that is why fire number comes in. Now, you see that figure that you've gotten, that is your fire number. Now, that is the amount of money that investment is supposed to be giving back. That ile profit ya investment. You see, when you invest money, your money always comes back, and then you get a profit on top. Now, this profit should be equivalent or at a slightly more than the amount that you calculated as your fire number. Now, I know this just seems ambiguous, like, hey, any ambition gani we can get to it. Imagine you can. Let's talk about something called the net worth. And to calculate your net worth, it's simply your total assets minus your debts, if you do have any. Now, on your screen is a graph that will tell you, that has a step 1 to step 10. And I want to explain right from step 1 to the last one. Now, on step 1, you guys can see that the bar of the graph is right below, and that means that you have a negative net worth. That basically means you are living off debts, and I think that is the situation for most of us youths, and it's not a good thing. But don't worry, because at least now you know that you are on a negative net worth, and I know that you're willing to do something about it. Now, step 2 just basically means that you are on a zero net worth. And what that basically means, you are living from hand to mouth with nothing being put back into investment. And again, most of us youths are here. But again, don't worry, because at least this video has enlightened you, and I know you're willing to work towards your fire number. Now, step number 3, you see the bar may move a little bit kidogo, sindo, and that basically means that your net worth imeanza kupanda kidogo, and that basically means you're somewhere where you can sustain yourself a little bit. If there is like a stumbling block and there is a problem with finances, you can sustain yourself for a couple of weeks or a month or so. Now, on step number 4, it goes higher. That means you can sustain yourself, let's say, comfortably for 2 months. Now, as you can see from my very simple graph, the rest of the bar will always go high, step by step, and that should be your progress when it comes to finance, yearly if not monthly. And once you reach at step number 10, and that is where you can actually sustain yourself without having to worry, without work, you know, just living a very financial freedom life. And that is definitely our aim in this channel, right? Are we together? Yes. So I don't want to baggage you with a lot of information, so that will be all for our topic of discussion. Now let's get to the saving part, where I check upon where you are, remind you to save if you haven't, and encourage you if you feel like you are, starting to get a stumbling block your way. Please keep on doing, because if you keep on doing that, you will definitely make it to working towards having that fire number in your account. Let the money work for you. Okay, all right. Now, while we are on that saving, now in case you're new here, we are saving and we are using 2 different plans. The first one is on your screen right at this moment, where we are saving weekly, and it's on Tuesdays. And it started off really easy, and now we are in a week. Which week are we in? But I know that we are supposed to be saving 300 bob this week, and that would be amazing. So I'd love to remind you to do that by the end of the day. And then the second saving plan revolves around saving daily. So you see, having the number of days in a year, we have like 365 days. So you have to know which day for you to save. So let's say in January it was day 1, like 1st of January, you save 1 bob. Now, day 2, you save 2 bob. Day 3, you save 3. So, February 1st, it was day 32, you saved 32 bob. As of today, I'm not really sure, but I'll put it on your screen. Well, that is the amount you're supposed to be saving on this particular day. Well, I hope you are at par, and I wish you nothing but the best in your savings journey. Well, all that has brought us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something. Well, if you do have questions, please leave them down below in the comment section, and I will try to answer as well as I can. Well, it was nice having you in my channel. As I always say, don't forget to be kind to one another. You know, spread that love and happiness, and we definitely make this world a better place. Now, till next time, bye. We made it! Money management! We are doing it! Peace. Okay, you're being extra. You know, people are sleeping.